Hello Libra, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy. I am so happy that you are here with me for your weekly reading. This week is for February 16th to the 22nd. So first of all, I love to welcome all of you here. I truly appreciate if you're new, if you're returning. Thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me, because both are very precious. So thank you. All right, before we really get into everything, I just want to quickly mention a few things that I think are very important, because this week carries a powerful collective shift. All right, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. Now, this is going to highlight innovation, new perspectives, communication, really more working together. Now, this energy can really shift over time. So many of you will feel it, but you could also feel the influence it over the next month, a few months to come as well. So also, we must be reminded that we are in the year 2026. That is a numerology year 1. So this is all about new beginnings, leaderships, initiating fresh paths forward. And then, of course, on the 17th, we shift from with the Chinese New Year. So we're shifting from the snake into the horse, which is quite nice. It says this, and what this is about energy supporting moving ahead, charging forward with determination and momentum, because this has been a year. 2025 was a year of shedding, careful planning, and important adjustments. Nice to see we're moving into the horse here. All right, enough said. Libra, let's get your angel number. We'll reveal it at the end of the reading. See what Spirit wants to share with you as we move through this week. There we go. Now, let's start with the message Spirit does want you to know before we get into the depths of this reading. All right, let's see. Libra, we've got one there. There's two. All right, so we're going to read these the way that they came out, because sometimes they come out in a certain sense of sequence as well. All right, so we have number 20, and it says, "No, it's not time yet." It says, "This is not the divine right time to take action. So be patient, because the opportune moment is approaching." Okay, so maybe there's just a couple of things that need to reveal themselves first. Sometimes we just need a little bit more information, and what this is about really preparing yourself. And you want to make sure that you are 100% prepared before you start to take or embark on something. So it's okay that the time isn't right. Yes, patience can be a pain in the butt sometimes. I'm one to say it, because I'm Sagittarius, so I really don't have a lot of patience. But you know what? If I feel like I'm working towards something and I'm building things up slowly but surely, I'll have patience because I can see the bigger picture. So I think that that's really what that's really trying to say for you as well, Libra. Now, they're saying to you, number 36, they want you to trust your angels, because the angels really do believe that this isn't the divine time right now, because there's other things that are coming in that are going to prepare you to really, really be able to take charge and move things into, take things into action. It says, let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true, and trust that heaven has a perfect plan. You see, sometimes we're on a path, and maybe there's something else that needs to be added to that path, or maybe there needs to be a little bit of a revision in that path. And that's exactly what's happening here, Libra. Something. The angels want you to know that just because you expect things a certain way to unfold, they might have something that is actually better. All right. So I do feel like there's some sort of revision or some sort of truth coming out. Maybe it's just clarity. It's not even truth. It's just, it's just a clearer perception on something. So let's see, as we continue down this path, see what else comes in for you this week, Libra. All right. See, Libra energy this week. We're perfecting things this week, because there is definitely the opportunity of something new coming in here. New beginnings, 0. So there's 22 cards in the major arcana cards, and this is the very first card. So this shows the beginning of something new. And the reason they call it the Fool is because there's so many life experiences to go through. There's so many paths to cross when we're first beginning and setting sail on our journey. So you're going to, this is an exciting time. Absolutely. This is a very exciting time. And I do believe that something is setting its pace for you, because there is a new beginning of some sort opening up. Now, for some of you, The reason why maybe they're saying it's not time yet is because maybe this is something that is a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Maybe it's something that's very different from what you expected it to be. So therefore, the process might seem to be a little bit slower. Nonetheless, it's still very exciting and something you have to give a lot of careful thought to. I do believe there's an opportunity, I think, opening up here for you, but something that you didn't expect, or the outcome is different than what you expected. Let's look at some additional energy cards here. Oh, you're coming to the edge. Like, I really feel this Fool energy here. Wow. All right. We've got number 36 and right after it, number 37. Look at the sequences of those numbers. All right. The 36 came out first and it's coming to the edge. And that is really very much like the Fool energy. You know, it's like you're ready to leap. You're ready to take a chance. You're ready to make some revisions. You're ready to trust that your angels have something better in line for you, that there is a better plan. And you're coming to the edge because you're ready to release this never-ending story. All right, the never-ending story, of course, is something that just keeps reoccurring over and over again. And it's number 37. And the reason I like this number 37 is because in numerology, that's the number 10, and 10s become ones. The never-ending story becomes a closing. It closes that chapter so that you can begin something new. You are on the edge of something new here. Something quite spectacular as well. And I think it's really going to help release whatever you've been thinking about that seems to never get closure with. You're finally coming to the edge and saying, okay, I might have to step outside my comfort zone just a little bit so that I can release whatever it is that keeps, I'm circling back to the same thing. And I feel like I'm not getting closure, or I'm not able to continue on my path because of whatever this is. But I feel like you're almost ready now to say, okay, like enough is enough, I'm ready. All right, sorry, we're going to do 3 rows, I'm sorry. And they're going to have 2 cards in each one, and then we're going to clarify each one. So I look at it as the beginning, middle, and end of week. But of course, these are collective readings, so please follow your own intuition with all of the messages that are coming through. So let's look at the first 2 cards here. They came out quite quickly. Oh, I love that we're starting with the Ace of Swords. You see the Ace of Swords to me. You can see the Ace of Swords there. All right, very, very much the same there. It says, no, it's not the right time. Why? Because we need some truth. We need some information. We need some communications there. Once we have the communication, then we will be able to proceed. And then you start with the Ace of Swords right in the beginning of the week, which is the clarity. It's the victory. It's the freedom. It's the breakthrough. The 9 of Wands, the 9 of Wands. This is an important, this shows setting healthy boundaries. Sometimes I feel like you're almost going for something. There's a lot of high energy in the 9 of Wands, and it's almost like a protective energy. We sometimes put up protective barriers around our life because, we're protecting, we're preserving something. But I also feel like it's how you bounce back from things. And I feel like there's some sort of clarity that's coming in that's going to help you go for something. I feel like you're almost ready to take a leap, but you just need that breakthrough. Let's get some more cards here and find out what the Ace of Swords, what pairs with the Ace of Swords this week for Libra. Wow, you got another ace. The Magician. Oh, this is going to be a very powerful breakthrough. It's going to help you manifest things. It's going to help you see things, maybe see things a little bit clearer. There's no doubt, because the clarity comes with that Ace of Swords. Being able to manifest with a sense of integrity and truth. You have this, trust your angels. They have a better plan for you, because what they're doing is they're saying you're creating some sort of vision here with the Magician card. And it's a very powerful energy to have. So you have to use it wisely. And I feel like there is some very important communication that's helping you create your vision and bring it to life here. Okay, let's get that 9 of Wands. You're going for something for sure. All right, let's look at that 9 of Wands. This is for Libra. And you've got now the Ace of Cups. 1, 1, and 1. Like so many new beginnings. And then, of course, the Fool being 0. It is brand spanking new energy. Like this really is a whole new... for some of you, I think you're going and taking a risk emotionally. All right. For some of you, maybe you're taking a risk with love. Maybe you're stepping outside of your comfort zone with love. You're opening up your heart. What you've been protecting, you know, for so long, and setting all these boundaries and setting, you know, maybe even setting some, not just boundaries, but, you know, you've been maybe not allowing yourself to really feel open. The Ace of Cups is showing that it's time to really open up your feelings, follow your heart. It's time to emotionally go for something. And sometimes when our emotions take over, we have the capability to come to the edge. It's almost like emotionally you're saying, I'm ready to come to the edge and I'm ready to go for it. And what I find interesting here as well, the come to the edge, number 36 in numerology, is the number 9. And then that's the 9 of Wands. So again, you're going for something, and you really, it's like you've come to the edge and it's like you're ready. Let's get the next 2 cards here. One there and there. Temperance, to bring balance. You're blending everything nicely together here to create peace and harmony in your life. This is about moderation. This can be about divine timing as well. So it works quite nicely with it's not time yet, but the time is certainly coming and the moment is approaching. And then we've got number 18, the moon. All right, so let's start with number 18, the moon. I think this has a lot to do with the solar eclipse energy in Aquarius on February 17th. You could feel the moon energy a little bit. Maybe you'll feel it a little bit more. Maybe that shift a little bit more. This is about uncertainty, okay? Sometimes we feel uncertain about the path that we're going because, again, the divine timing isn't right now to take the action. So maybe it's because we need some clarity. So it looks like things, I feel like maybe the moon energy is when you will find that breakthrough, when you will get that clarity. And then, of course, what it does is it brings everything into balance for you, Libra. Let's get number 18, the moon. And you got the Tower. So this is going to be a huge shift. There's no doubt that this solar moon eclipse on the 17th is going to be a huge, huge Tower moment for you. This is number 16. You got number 16, 18. What's missing is the number 17 in the middle. Number 17 is that moon energy. So I do believe that there is a big shift. And what I'm happy to say is that if you have been feeling some uncertainty, it's the Tower moment that shifts things into perspective. It's what brings the balance. Sometimes we need these Tower moments to help give us that big shift and change. And again, remember, we're moving from the snake into the horse. That's going to require lots of changes as well. So welcome the changes. Embrace the change that's coming because it's going to release you from whatever has been holding you back in your mind. The Hermit, number 9, Virgo energy. Planning, okay? Planning, looking for inner wisdom. We find peace and balance and we blend things together when we have deeper insights. And I think that you are taking the time out to really collect your thoughts. This is where the light shines. Beautiful. So it's certainly after big changes, we need to sit back and sort of look at these big changes. I think these big shifts that are coming are perfect for you. And look at the next 2 cards are fantastic. We've got the Faith card, commitments, it's Taurus energy, it's the Hierophant, it's blessings, it's traditional values, traditional thought processes, you know, following your passion with what you believe in, what's meaningful to you. And I do believe there's lots of blessings. So this Tower moment is a blessing that's coming in. And I think this Tower moment is also shifting you from when the timing isn't right to actually shifting you into forward movement. Trust that your angels, and trust your angels with the Faith card, that they have, you know, they have all of this, they have a plan in mind for you. And look at that, you've got a Justice, number 11 as the last card here. So everything that's happening here is to bring justice, is to bring, it is a cause and effect. I think you've been waiting a while to release this never-ending story, and I feel like the Justice is everything coming in with fairness. It's like a resolution, finally feeling that sense of freedom. Let's look at the Faith card. Blessings that come through equality and healthy decisions and balance, a lot of balance. And now you've got this beautiful Empress. For some of you, you could have some really beautiful, magical moments where love is concerned. The Empress is part of you as well. Not only is Justice Libran energy, but the Empress is Venus, and Venus is your ruling planet. So again, and actually Taurus, the Faith card, is also ruled by Venus. So this is strong Libran energy right here. I'm feeling it with the Venus energy. Lots of love, lots of beauty, lots of abundance. And I do believe that that your angels really do have a perfect plan in mind for you. Number 36 came up twice in your reading. Number 36 in numerology is the number 9. Let's look at the Justice. The Justice card here. Justice with the Lovers. Choices and decisions that bring balance, unity, partnerships, healthy partnerships, things that it's a partnership created on fairness and equality. I think that there's a big, huge breakthrough here. Very powerful energies for you this week, Libra. And for those of you that are looking for love, it certainly can be a commitment where really the energy is balanced so nicely. I almost feel like it's a really beautiful, perfect fit. And I think it does have a lot to do with number 36. All right, let go of your expectations of how dreams will come true and trust that heaven has a perfect plan, something that fits perfectly. This is a plan that fits perfectly in your life, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's a move, whether it's travel, retirement plans, investments, whatever it is, it's a perfect plan that fits for you. All right, let's get a moon card here for you. We'll see how many they want you to have, and then we're going to close out your reading. We will talk about your numbers, though, before we close anything out. Okay, we've got accept responsibility. For sure, we all have to accept responsibilities in our life. It helps us heal, it helps us move on, and it helps us to bring in new energy. So accept the responsibility and release the blocks. So if anything is blocking you in any way, if that's that never-ending story that keeps creeping up, it's time to release the blocks. And self-regulation. All right, so self-regulation, I see a rainbow here. You know, I feel like that something, it almost feels like a whole new adjustment that comes from a deeper level for you. All right, so beautiful cards there, and I love to see that rainbow. It's kind of the light shining down, especially with that big moon there. I feel like it's almost like something is releasing, and it could be that never-ending story that releases around that, again, solar moon eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. All right, 36 is an important number, and I don't know. I want to keep it as 36, but I also want to transfer it into number 9, so very important number. Aces are a huge part of your path this week. There's no doubt. You've got a couple of 9s in your reading. So please keep all of those as important numbers. But most of all, they want you to slow down. Okay, because now is not the time. It's time to slow down. 0404, because balance is coming in here. And I think we feel balance a little bit here with the self-regulation and the temperance. Doing things in moderation. Not everything has to be rushed. Okay, this is a process that's going to be long-lasting, so it's okay for it to take its time. So power struggle, for sure, could be because you're coming to the edge. Force, hope, authority, ancestors, restlessness, low vibrations. Sometimes we feel low vibrations when we need to slow things down. All right, but they want you to pay a close attention to the people in your life. They want you to also pay close attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your health as well. It's not a time to freak out. It's just a time for you to slow down because there's no rush for anything here. You know, Spirit wants you to awaken to all that's happening here, because everything that's happening here now is preparing you for that perfect plan that's coming into play. They want you to communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries, and that's really important in relationships and with yourself, all right? Keeping those healthy boundaries and staying focused on the things in your life and committing the things that you want to commit to in your life and letting go of the things that no longer serve their purpose. 0404. Libra, thank you so very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please let me know if it resonates, or even if just parts to you. I appreciate it. You can show your support for the channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, hyping the video. In any way, shape, or form, I appreciate it. And until next week, sending love, light, and positive vibes.